everybody. Hello. Hi. After the rain, huh? Well, those of you out in Love Streaming Land, you don't know how much it rained yesterday. But welcome to Unity of Gaithersburg. I'm Reverend Edith Washington Woods, and I'm so grateful to be the senior minister here at this spiritual community. And I want to welcome everyone who is here and everyone out there in Love Streaming Land. And I'd like to know, do we have anyone visiting with us for the first time today? Hello, hello. Did you guys get a packet? If someone could give them a packet, that would be super awesome. Yes, and just check it out. You don't have to look at it this morning. Well, for the next hour or after the chicken barbecue. But check it out. You'll hear a lot. You'll read a lot about who we are as Unity, and grateful you're here. Anybody haven't been with us for a while? All right. So out there in Love Streaming Land, whether you're on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, if you're new or if you have not been here in a while, let us know. That would be like super awesome. And again, I just want to say good morning. People are still coming in. That's just how we do it here at Unity. It's not me though. I'm here. Yes, I am. It would not be good if I wasn't, right, Brad? Yeah, Brad's back there laughing. You never know though. But I am here right now, and I'm welcoming all of you who are here. And I had something else I was going to say. It left my brain. But anyways, why don't we open with prayer? How about that? We could do that. We could pray. So I invite you to take a moment to be still. Bringing our attention, our full attention, to this now moment. Being with the here and now. And we can do that by checking out our breath, just noticing it. And how it goes in and out of our body. In and out. And we acknowledge the presence of our breath. And knowing that we each are breathing here together. We join our hearts. We join our minds together as we pray. God, that which is good, that which is presence, that which is infinitely available everywhere and now. We give thanks. We give thanks of the dawning of a new day. We give thanks for us having the ability to be here with each other right now. And may we know that we are infused with the Spirit of God in this moment and every moment to be. We're so grateful to know this. And so it is. Amen. And now we have our vision statement that we're going to state together. This is who we know ourselves to be here at Unity of Gaithersburg. And I invite you to say it with me. Together, being love, joy, and harmony, we expand the consciousness of oneness. Let's say that again. Being love, joy, and harmony, we expand the consciousness of oneness. Now, what does that mean? Love, right? If you think about love and any loving thing, any loving person, if you think about that in a moment, you have a certain feeling, yes? And that feeling may be joy and harmony. That feeling may bring a bit of balance inside our body. And when we have those feelings, they expand. They expand our awareness, which is consciousness. It expands our awareness of our connection with each other. And when we really get that we're connected with each other, there won't be no need for war. Never. Yeah. And so our congregational song will assist us with getting there where we want to go today. The name of it is, I Align with the Divine. I'm going to stand. Yeah, and so you can wiggle a little bit, jiggle, wiggle. And I am. You want to join me, that's cool.
I'm Carol Plummer, and I'm here to share with you our transformational opportunities. So first of all, we have are we doing a quarterly give back to the community these days? Anyway, we're having a Thanksgiving food drive between October 10th and November 12th. You can get a list of what you can donate outside, as well as there is a bucket, not a bucket, a big box, yeah. a tub. And there's, do you want to hold that up? There's little flyers that you can take with a reminder that tells you what you can bring. Okay. All right, so today after services is our annual chili cook-off. And if you've been here for this before, you know that we have some amazing chilies. We have some great cooks that come out and donate their chili, and the money all goes for the Youth and Family Ministry. And this year, you buy $10 for each vote for your chili. So get your tickets, and let's make this a successful chili cook-off and have lots of great chili. All right, Don Dillingham, were you going to come up and did you want to come up and talk, Don?
I can. I will.
Okay.
Oh, look at Don.
I align with the divine. Hey, great song, by the way. Listen, I just want to say this about this concert. This is a chance for people to see unity. It's not just a concert, but to bring people in to see what we're about. And that's the main, objective. Yes, objective, yes. That's the main objective for me, and I hope you understand that. So the deal is, go out, come to this, yes, but bring somebody, just anybody, who let them see what this is all about. Thank you, Najee.
All right, so October 21st at 7:30 p.m. Be there. All right, so pick-a parties. Oh, I know that the concert with Don Dillingham was a pick-a party, but I think this is going to be our last pick-a party of the year. Is going to be a drumming circle, full moon celebration drumming circle with Jeff is our wonderful drummer, and Neil Peacock have led these drum circles. They are fabulous. If you've never been to them, they're so much fun. And so I really encourage you to come. It's a suggested donation is $15. It's on Saturday, October 28th at 6:30 to 8:30. Did you want to say something, Jeff?
No, I'm just going to play something.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right. Okay, now our annual community meeting is going to be on Sunday, October 28th, after the service. This is your 29th. I'm sorry, October 29th, a Sunday. And this is an opportunity for you to come and learn about what is going on in the community. The board and Reverend Edith report on what's going on, and we're going to vote on who's going to be on the board next year, as well as you get to ask questions about what's going on. So you are invited. As you all know, our foundation is prayer. And we have a prayer chaplain available today after service, Shirley, right here. And there's a nice little area back there where you can get confidential prayer. In addition, we have a prayer team that prays around our prayer list every day. And if you'd like to be added to the prayer list, there's a box in the back where you put your name or whoever you would like to suggest needs prayer. Or would you like to recommend prayer for? You put their name into the box and they get added to the list. Here is the daily word for today. The word for today is generous. The affirmation is, the abundance of the world flows through me. The reading states, I am securely in the flow of prosperity when I reach graciously and gratefully and share my abundance generously. Whatever I share with a loving, giving heart blesses me as much as it blesses the one who receives it. Each time I share my supply, I am demonstrating my trust that I will always have what I need. When I share of myself, I am living my faith that I am a divine being empowered with a limitless supply of divine ideas. The richness of an abundant universe flows through me. Knowing this, I don't hesitate to be generous so others will know the abundance of the world as I know it. Through my giving, may they also know the blessings of the awesome power and grace of God as they bless me daily. From the book 1 of Corinthians 2:12, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit that is from God, so that we may understand the gifts bestowed on us by God. Let's take a moment to reflect on the word for today, generous.
And now is our meditative portion of this service. I invite you to join me in closing your eyes, and if you would rather keep them open, I also invite you to have them at like a half gaze, focusing on one spot in the room. For we affirm, there is no spot where God is not. In this moment, we allow ourselves to acknowledge our breath by taking a gentle cleansing breath, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and gently breathing out. One more time, breathing in and releasing. And in this moment of releasing our breath, we consider, what is it? What is it that calls us to be free? For freedom lies right within us. Freedom from pain, freedom from sadness, freedom from anything in the past. For we are being in this moment just as close as our breath. And we embrace our breath as the moving activity of Spirit, of God, of that infinite presence, that it is restoring us newly, moment by moment, day by day. And we open up even more fully to its awareness, its presence, and that awareness of the presence of God now. It soothes us. It moves us to be the example of love, pure love, letting go of anything that is not that, And as we take a pause to go into a time of silence, the space between the words, we ask, what is it that I need to let go of? What is it that allows me to be free right now? What is it that's calling me forth to experience love? In the silence, we say, I am willing to be. I am willing to be free. In the silence, we go deeper together. I am. I am. I am willing to be. I am willing to be free. And in this expanded state of awareness, we bring into our hearts and minds anyone who we want to see themselves be free. Anyone who may need a love hug. We can bring those names to our mouths and say them out loud or say them in the silence to ourselves. May you say those names now. My mother, Arla. My dad, Leonard. My brother, Leonard Jr. My brother, Darren. Jose. Jonathan. Miriam. Sending comfort to them with the passing of Jose's dear wife, Mildred. Send love to her. And in this collectiveness, this spiritual bubble that we've created, we know that that bubble is full of love. That bubble is full of forgiveness. That bubble is full of what's possible for us as we experience more freedom, more freedom, more freedom, and more freedom. And as we gently bring ourselves back to the space and time, may we know that freedom is possible. Freedom is possible for ourselves. In the same way, forgiveness is possible. And for this, we give thanks. And so it is. Amen.
I'd like to invite the choir up now, please.
Wasn't that beautiful? Let's give them give them another round of applause. Our choir, under direction of our choir director, music director, Deletta Galepsy. Beautiful, beautiful. Didn't that touch your heart? Yes. Have you ever been so sad or angry with someone or a group of people? Anybody? Like anybody out there? Anybody who hasn't? How about that? Oh, okay. I just wanted to check because I was kind of thinking, am I the only one up here? And you were so upset you didn't know what else to do but be upset, right? Or perhaps you even felt justified in your anger, in your upset. Oh, they did that to me, so I'm going to feel that way about them. Now, last week I shared with you about Constance, the lady who worked at the food bank, who was the supervisor that had the aneurysm, right? And, you know, how she healed. But as she was coming to, after being in that coma for so long, Constance woke up very, very angry. She was angry at her wife. She was angry at the doctors, the nurses, the support staff, because she couldn't get up out of that bed. And she wanted to direct her anger somewhere. And she stayed angry. Now, Constance had two choices. One was either to continue to stay angry and resentful, or to practice forgiveness, the big F word. You know the F word? Huh? Yeah, you filled in the blank, didn't you? Okay. But one day, several months into being in rehab, Constance heard about the forgiveness work that the people in South Africa had done. And in our book, I didn't bring the book in, but the book that we're studying, our book study in, Living a Committed Life by Lynn Twist, she wrote about Nelson Mandela asking the jailers, two of the three living jailers that he had, he asked them up on the stage at his inauguration. And he asked them for forgiveness for the 17 years out of the 27 years that he was imprisoned. He asked them, will you forgive me for hating you for 17 years? And those two jailers started to cry. Like, I'm sure he touched their heart, and they turned around and touched his heart by saying the same thing. Because what Nelson realized is while he was doing his day-to-day, getting beaten and, you know, deprived of food and you know, mistreated in there, was that if he kept having that forgiveness inside of him, that he was going to die. And once he started loving them, he got to know their families and their wives, and he started to love them. But during that particular day, the day of their inauguration, after the three of them are standing, imagine they're standing next to each other, jailer and jailed. And he says to the people in the crowd, on this forgiveness, we will build a new nation. And from that moment on, South Africa was not had the way it had been, not for a week or a month, but for hundreds of years. I just wonder, how would it be if that happened in the Middle East, if that happened with Israel, if that happened with Palestine, if that happened with the Hamas? Huh? Is it possible? I don't think the people of South Africa ever thought it was possible until that moment happened. And it opened a door. It opened the door for them. And perhaps it's opening a door for someone in here, someone out there on Love Streaming Land that may want to have that crack open to forgiveness. In the moment that Constance heard those words, she thought to herself, if they could do it, if Nelson Mandela could do that, then maybe she could too. She decided to forgive. And she realized, number one, that she first needed to forgive herself. To forgive herself for having an aneurysm, forgive herself for being in a coma for that long, to forgive herself for not being able to walk or be able to talk, and that it was slow, it took a while. That she had to really work on the forgiveness within, yes? Huh? And it's like that for each of us, right? If anybody has anybody, any time in your life who you don't like, you haven't liked, you didn't like what they said, you didn't like what they did, maybe you don't even like the people over there in the Middle East because it's causing havoc on the whole world. What is it? Maybe we first have to forgive ourselves, yes? I've been reading a book from Bishop Desmond Tutu called The Book of Forgiveness, and he talked about what it's like to have that process of forgiveness. And he talked about how it frees us up. Yeah. Like I know for myself, when I have been in that unforgiving state, my shoulders get like this, it get kind of tense, right? I could feel it, and it's like it's so dense and heavy. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. But if there is anything that is unforgiving, anything that we need to forgive, then we just need to do the thing, right? Because when we practice the art of forgiveness, even if it's a little teeny weeny bit, studies have shown that it's actually better for our own health. It releases stress, tension, pain, dis-ease, right? Like some diseases sometimes are wrapped up in unforgiveness. Who would have thought? But you know, they like to do studies just because. And they studied people, hundreds of people, just to see what is the difference in people who forgive, practice forgiveness, and who don't. Lynn Twist talks about in that chapter that she talked about honorable closures. And she said that forgiveness is one of the qualities that we must embrace. That even if you're not ready to forgive others, you can forgive yourself for not being ready. Boom, shakalaka. So if you ain't ready, you're like, oh my gosh, she talk about forgiveness. I ain't there. Just forgive yourself until you're ready. Right? And it brings us to the Bible verse I want to share for today. It comes from the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verses 21 and 22, and this is what it says. Then Peter came and said to him, Lord, if another member of the church sins against me, how often shall I forgive? As many as 7 times, he asked. And Jesus said to him, not 7 times, but I tell you, 77 times. 77 times? Is that 77 times 7? Is that 777 times 7? Is that 7,777 times 7? How many times do we have to forgive? As long as we need to. And I don't know if it's like this for you, but it's like this for me. Sometimes when I realize I need to do some forgiveness work, I'm like, no. For that person again? What? I thought I already took care of that. Huh? Yeah. kind of happens in layers, right? I think it's kind of like, I'm not going to say peel the onion. I'm going to say peel the rose. It's kind of like you start off with the petal, you forgive here, right? Oh, here's some more. Peel off another piece of the petal, and then you keep peeling the petal and peeling and peeling and peeling and peeling and peeling until you get to the core. And when you get to the core, there's this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful essence of beingness. Yes. And in there is seeds, right? And the seeds might mean there is still more. 700 times 7. 77 times 7. It's whatever it takes. And in the book, A Recent Revelation, Unity Minister Jim Rosemergy, many people knew him. He wrote lots and lots of books, like Guard on a Harley or something like that. But he wrote this: you must forgive yourself and you will feel the eternal presence of love. That when we're doing this here stuff, yes, it really does. We start to oxygenate ourselves, right, Jane? Huh? We do that work and that inside stuff, those cells we can't see. We can't see them unless you put them under a petri dish and look at them, and then you go, that's part of me. Well, that's how it was for me in the 9th grade. But anyway, we have them, and they can get stuck when we're stuck. That when we have something that we're hanging on to that we don't want to let go of, that it gets stuck and locked in our body. And what we want to do here is practice letting it go. That part of who we are in unity is we're about the 5th principle, which really says action, do it, right? Like the first principle is I am, like God is. The second principle is we are, like we're part of it. And the third principle is we think, like we think these things, right? Like I'm not going to forgive that person. And 4, we pray and meditate like we did earlier. And 5 is just do it, like Nike says, just do it. You need the little check mark, check it. Forgiveness. Again, yep, forgiveness. Again, yep, forgiveness. How many times do I need to forgive my father? How many times do I have to forgive my mother who doesn't even know my name now? For those things that happened when I was 6. Do you know what I'm talking about? Huh? Is there something out there that we need to forgive so that we can be free? I don't want to tell you about myself. I don't want to tell you about my life. I don't want to tell you how I have to work on it, but I do. All of us do. We don't get a pass. I don't get a pass because I have a title. What the hell is that? It's a title. Huh? I went to school, took some, got some education, some people would call it. Got some degrees, yeah, whatever. I have to do my work. And by the way, I did call my father a couple weeks ago when I told you I would. I did. But I haven't called him in the last week since he's been in rehab. And I'm not going to beat myself up, right? Like I'm going to call him just because I told you I would. That way I'm holding myself accountable. Shit. I said it. You heard me say it. Some of you heard me say it under my breath. You said it. But when we practice forgiveness for ourselves, it opens the door to forgive others. Or I get to forgive my parents because they did what they did. They did what they didn't do, right? I hope my kids feel that way about me, especially the one that'll tell me about myself. Mom, your butt's too big. Mom, your butt's too small. Which way do you want it? But it happened. And it happened for Constance. It happened for Mandela, you know, and in that book, the Book of Forgiveness, which I'm reading every single page, Desmond Tutu wrote, before beginning a new journey, big or small, there must be the willingness to take the first tentative step forward. Without willingness, this journey will be impossible. By taking that first step, Nelson Mandela caused a new beginning for South Africa from years and centuries of despair and separation, right? Blacks and whites, separate, beat up on each other, suppress. Yeah. Sounds a little bit like the Middle East. Huh? What about a little bit like here in the United States? Come on now. We're not so separate. We're not so high and mighty that we could say, look at them over there, without turning a finger back on ourselves. What you say? That when I see them, I have to look at myself and say, when am I being unforgiving? When am I being loving? I have to practice love. It ain't going to just happen. I got to practice it. I have to have it be an intention. And I'm inviting you to do that too. That all we have to do, as Bishop Desmond Tutu said, is to start. Which brings us to our spiritual power of the month, which is zeal. Yes, I was jumping up and down like a jelly bean earlier. You guys saw me. I don't even know where it came from. I just felt like I needed to release by jumping up and down. What the hell? I didn't have my heels on, though, so I didn't fall. But zeal is the ability to start and motivate. To start. Like to just take one step. And if that step is, I'm willing. I'm going to take that step called I'm willing. Yeah? In the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, in there, there's something in there, I think in chapter 5, where it talks about resentment. And it says resentment is the number one offender. Yeah. Which my sponsor has called me on before. You might need to look at that page. Oh, I'm resenting that person? Oh, yeah, you are. And that when we're having the willingness to just start, then there's the door. There's the door. It just opens up just like that. Boom. And the whole world is ready for us. Why? Because we're connected. We talked about that in our vision statement earlier, how it talked about our oneness, yes? And that oneness, it's really the connection that we all have. We're connected to everything there is. And because we have the internet now that's like all over our phones and stuff, we're in them all the time, then we're connected to the world in ways that we weren't back in 1994 when Nelson Mandela had that speech at his inauguration. We're so connected. And we have to realize that what affects them over there, whoever them are, affects us right here. Yes. And how do we get the example of Nelson Mandela? How do we get the example of Bishop Desmond Tutu? How do we get the example of Jesus the Christ? How do we get the example and then take it into our lives and make one step forward? Constance said, if they could do it, I could too. Don't you think we can? Don't you think peace is possible? Because if not, why do we sing that peace song every week? For what? Huh? Oh, that, yeah, I'm going to sing it. Yeah, but, look at what's going on. No, we have to name it and claim it. And name it and claim it and then take that action. Starting with ourselves. Now, the color of the month just happens to be what, y'all? Orange. Orange going with zeal. And the location is the back of the head, which makes me think of my mama when she used to like that. Girl, I'm going to slap you upside the back of your head. And perhaps, you guys, if peace is possible, we have to do like the song you just heard, that we have to have higher ways to be. Higher ways that they can be shown to us. And that when we take that high watch, the high road is the road to peace. The high road is the road to love. The high road is the road to possibility. The high road, it doesn't have all that other stuff, right? The stuff that goes on this part of our brain that we try to say, oh, is that really what's happening in the world? Everybody's killing each other and all that. Are they going to kill me too? No, let it go. Remember denials? Deny it. It's not true because love prevails. That's just the way it is. And if we see it, if we name it and claim love to be love, then we will be love. We need to heal something from the past. Just do it. Check it off. Just do it. Check it off. How many times? 700 times 7? I'll take 7 times 7. How about that? You with me? We can do it just 7 times 7, right? That's 49 times. Mm-hmm. What's 7 plus 7? We could do it 14 times, yes? But see, if we start it, then we just keep doing it. We keep doing it over and over again. Why? Because we want to see the world free. We want to see ourselves free. We want to be freed from the madness. And sometimes when there's a whole bunch of madness and chaos going on, it's just covering up what's trying to be revealed. So healing is possible. And our affirmation can assist us with getting there. I'm going to say it once and then invite you to say it with me and really embrace it. I am willing to practice the power of forgiveness to be free. Together? I am willing to practice the power of forgiveness to be free. Again, I am willing to practice the power of forgiveness to be free. All right, let's put your hand on your heart. I'm putting mine on my battery pack. Right here. I'm going to invite you to take a breath in, just breathing in the vibration of love. Taking another moment to breathe it in, breathing in the vibration of love. Opening up the spaces, opening up and oxygenating our whole body, being with that vibration of love. The love that Nelson Mandela got to with his jailers, that love. You got it? All right, now open your eyes and say this affirmation with me one more time because our heart depends on it and so does the planet. Together? I am willing to practice the power of forgiveness to be free. And so it is, and so we let it be. It's all up to us. Amen and namaste.
You there, nose in the air. I think I see a bee in your bonnet. Been stung, no fun. But there's a remedy if you want it. First you gotta lose that hat and tell that bee to scat. Forgive again. Forgive again. Though you can't forget. Forgive again. Forgive again. Forgive again. No, you won't regret. You think that it just won't die. Agree to let it lie and give it one more try. Forgive again. Forgive again. Forgive again. Hey, bud, down in the mud, looking like you'd like to get even. Dentist, shaking your fist, not inclined to listen to reason. Well, there's a way to rise above. Just step out of the mud. Forgive again. Forgive again. Though you can't forget. Forgive again. Forgive again. Forgive again. No, you won't regret. You think that it just won't die. Agree to let it lie and give it one more try. Forgive again. Forgive again. Forgive again. Loving your enemies is not supposed to be a breeze. So if at first you don't succeed, forgive again. Forgive again. Forgive again. Hey, in the mirror I see, counting isn't very becoming. Been wronged so long, no apology forthcoming. I'll show that I've got some class. I'll run away from that class. Forgive again. Forgive again. Though you can't forget. Forgive again. Forgive again. Forgive again. No, you won't regret. No, you won't. You think that it just won't die. Agree to let it lie and give it one more try. Forgive again. 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 Forgive again.
Today, I have a quote from Eric Butterworth, Spiritual Economics, on giving and generosity. He says, remember, the consciousness of society as a whole will be influenced for good or ill by the kind of thoughts that rule your mind and manifest in your world. So for the sake of mankind as a whole, as well as for your own experience, think substance, think prosperity, think plenty for all. And so when he says think substance and think abundance, substance is all that is. Substance is God. So think love, think peace, think forgiveness, think freedom. So we invite you to provide a donation and share your prosperity with this congregation. And there is a box in the back that you may put your donations. You can text to give. You can go online. There's lots of buttons to press to donate online. And your generosity is greatly appreciated. So join with me for our love offering blessing. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am so grateful.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning, unity. Yes, Marion. Okay, so what's the power? And what's it mean? Yes. So, as you know, there's enthusiasm in this space. So today we had an experiment. Here you go. And we talked about fizz, didn't we? So what did we do about fizz? What did we do?
Like a soda, I got fizz.
Right, we shook up a can of soda. We shook it up, we shook it up, we shook it up, and it didn't really fizz. So here's the thing. Soda's been sitting around too long, so it didn't fizz. But the bottom line is that we are all full of fizz. So what do your things say? What does it say on the side of your little dolls you made? What's it say? What's it say on the front of your doll?
It's called enthusiasm.
Like a soda, I got fizz. It's called enthusiasm.
Yes. So they all hold them up so they can see. Hold them up. So they've made little images of themselves, and like a soda, they've got fizz. So with that, I know that you all are just waiting and waiting and waiting to go over there and sample chili. I have it on good authority, only because I could see it, and I stirred every one of yours a time or two this morning. I know that there's all kinds. There's some that have chocolate in it, I hear. And there's some that have beans and all kinds of things. Most of it over there, I've been told, are vegan or vegetarian. So they're on one end. There are crackers and Fritos and water, and I'm not sure what else. When you get over there, you'll see. So when you come through the door, there's somebody there with tickets. You'll get 20 tickets. Jaden's head keeps falling off because he's full of fizz. So with that being said, when you come through, there'll be a young person at the door. It is a $10 donation because this is a fundraiser for youth and family ministry. But you know what? If you feel inclined to write a check or hand us more than $10, we will joyfully, joyfully, joyfully take it from you. So they'll hand you your tickets as you come through. So with that, yes. Mary.
The first one. Blessing for our youth and ourselves.
I live as the light of the world. I live as the light.
You are the light of the world. You live as the light.
Okay, come on, here we go. I don't know. We live as the light.
this coming up week, everybody, and have the willingness to practice forgiveness and be free. Be yourself. Be your audacious, amazing self. So it is. Amen. Bye.
You do, pick it up and get higher. No one else can do it. If your life don't sing, you gotta move, pick it up and get higher.